From your local leader, this is News 13.
Tonight, News 13's Amber.SPradley tells us about the history.
Details from News 13's Amber.SPradley.
Good morning, Amber.
Amber.SPradley joins us now live from where it's all taking place. Amber, what can you tell us?
It's been about 1 year since Hurricane Michael struck the Panhandle. He plans to take it out further into the Gulf. Now the season is wrapping up next month, and despite Tropical Storm Barry, to discuss their plans to restore the bay. Meanwhile, we caught up with the real estate agent of this building, and it just so happens to be a pretty historical property that the community of Parker has now lost. From electronics to clothes and shoes, this Cyber Monday is expected to be a hit. They're first come and first serve, so come and get your treat if you dare. But certain rides and certain games will be shut down. It's a season for giving, and local shoppers at Walmart on West 23rd Street in Panama City are in for a surprise. Walton County Management is hosting the state's largest community recovery tabletop session. Now, school officials are investigating what happened here. 13 cities in the United States. But the company plans to reach at least 30 by the end of the year. They're handing out 500 free trees. But not everyone's yelling TGIF. Jesse Jackson is currently serving a sentence in Lake City, Florida at a correctional institute for a charge unrelated to this case. The auction will take place on December 5th right here on site at 11 a.m. But we were able to track down his brother. This is the alleyway where Leslie Ann Oswald's bones were found nearly 2 decades ago. This home is for sale in Lynn Haven, and it's just one of the many that Carl DeSmukes has staged.
Live.
Can you tell me a little bit about the importance of this event? What inspired you to kick this off? So you designed it, you built it, and you raced it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Coming up, we'll have more on what you can expect this weekend after the break. To talk about these double red flags and why it is so important to stay out of the water. Can you tell me a little bit about this Friends program that you have and how someone can get involved? All right, and we'll have more information for you guys after the break.
An interesting bottle floated up on the shores of 30A, catching the attention of several beachgoers. Tonight, News 13's Amber.SPradley tells us what was found inside that bottle.
A message in a bottle washed up along the shores of a South Walton beach, making its way into the hands of Sergeant Paula Pendleton of the Walton County Sheriff's Office.
There was $4 cash in it, this note, and a little baggie full of Brian's ashes.
Brian Mullins was a Texas man who loved to travel, but he lost his life early to an unexpected heart attack in March, all according to a letter left inside the bottle, handwritten by his mom and daughter.
They wanted to fulfill his dream of just continuing on the journey and continuing his adventures across the world.
After suddenly losing her life partner and becoming widowed last year, Sergeant Pendleton said she feels like Brian's bottle was meant to find her.
I almost feel like Brian was sent to me. I feel like maybe my husband sent him to me so I can continue out. My husband was a boat captain and a chef, so he liked to travel on the water too. So ironically, I think they met somewhere out there and brought him to me so I could send him on his way.
Sergeant Pendleton says she's putting the note back in the bottle, along with the ashes, and she's giving it to a friend who's a captain of a charter boat. He plans to take it out further into the Gulf.
Now,
around 1 o'clock this morning, multiple agencies were called out to the scene of a car crash and structure fire in Parker. Tonight, News 13's Amber.SPradley tells us about the history of the building involved in the blaze and spoke with residents who saw it happen.
Officials confirm a young male driver, whose name has not yet been released, was turning off of East Business Highway 98 onto Pitts Avenue in Parker Monday morning. When he reportedly failed to stop or slow down, he ran over logs, sending the car airborne into a nearby building and a parked pickup truck.
There was just probably 6 or 7 explosions, and it was sending ambers all through the air onto people's roofs and stuff.
Both vehicles and the building went up in flames, taking fire crews about 2 hours to put out.
By the time we got him out on the ground, the entire car was engulfed in fire, and then it engulfed the building and the whole thing went down.
Now the driver of the vehicle is still in the hospital. Meanwhile, we caught up with the real estate agent of this building, and it just so happens to be a pretty historical property that the community of Parker has now lost.
somewhere in the mid-1800s, some fishermen or boat-savvy guys started boating in and out of that area and built a little depot spot where they could transport other people. Over many years, the area developed with this history of being a little ferry depot during the early 1900s even. So we're going to be searching to see if we can bring the building back.
Navarro says they're going to try to validate the history of the building through the Bay County Historical Society and reestablish the boat depot as it was. Amber Spradley, News 13, Panhandle Strong.